Okay, we got some people, I think. Maybe, maybe not.
Hold on. You get us in there. Turn the voiceover off. Here.
All right.
We are here. It's a fucking, what day is it?
It's
It
Monday.
is Monday.
Marijuana Monday.
It is marijuana fucking Monday, dude. I like it.
Every day's a holiday. You got to have the alliteration, you know?
Yep. Yes, we did. I don't know where any of the devices are.
They're all right here in front of me. Just double checking. Chance, just calm down, fella, okay? You know, I know I was so warm and soft and cuddly, but, you know, guy, you gotta start going inside like a big boy. I mean, outside.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's switch that up. Well, it was pissing out today, like rain and wicked.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go out. He was like, oh,
No, and I've heard that. I didn't interrupt.
Yeah, he was like, no, not doing that, dude. I'm sorry, bro, but those raindrops are bigger than I am.
Yeah, I've heard also that rain sounds like nails on a chalkboard to dogs.
See,
That's why they always like curl up on their tables.
Yeah.
They try to hide. They want to like shelter and stuff because they don't like the noise of it.
Yeah. Did Alyssa jump back in?
Not yet.
She's probably like, oh, fuck.
Like, oh yeah, these guys just shut it off on me or something. You know, what a bunch of jerks.
They thought Alyssa's here. Like, we just shut it off. No, we didn't do that, Alyssa. If you ever go back and watch this, there were technical difficulties.
Yeah, this screen was stuck vertically instead of horizontally, and it wasn't going to get all the whole couch in.
It was a latitude, longitude type thing.
Exactly.
You know, one of them types of deals.
We were on restriction hiatus, and my camera skills got rusty, to say the least.
No, but them two you put up the other night, man, they got hit. They got a lot of views, dude. Like, people love that green screen shit. It's funny as
It's
shit.
the green screen.
That's what it is, too. Yeah, it's awesome.
If you could just pick a good background, and then just something that sounds funny and somewhat relevant to it, it somehow just works. I don't know.
Yeah, no shit.
It's catchy. It's what all the TikTok kids and stuff are
Is that
doing.
what
You
they're
know.
doing? Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I just see a lot of green screen stuff happening now.
Yeah. No, it's super cool, dude. Like, I'll have to play around with it. You know what I mean? I've never really truly played around with it. The green screen.
It's cool. You just kind of find a picture.
What do you do? Just type shit in there and it pops up.
I go on Google and type in images, you know, and I just images of whatever you could think of, you know, something cool,
Maybe
iconic, funny,
screenshot it.
whatever. Screenshot it, and then you kind of set it as your background in the picture, and you're like in the cartoon or in the, you know, the pop culture event or something.
Yeah,
They
I
were
got
all-
some good shit in my head, you know what I mean? I just wasn't really sure how to do it. You got to take a screenshot of the picture and then upload it or whatever.
Yes. You could, you know, put yourself in like one of the Looney Tunes cartoons with Foghorn Leghorn and the cat or something like that, or
fuck yeah.
you know, Tiananmen Square.
Yep. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I've never really dealt with it too much, man. Maybe I'll fucking try my Cool Hand Luke at that and see what happens. I don't know. We want to get one of the fucking devices fired up?
Yeah, I'm firing up the peak right now.
The peak core.
It's on blue.
Yeah, I'm leaving it on blue.
Okay, all right.
Well, you got to hit it a little bit more, but that's 450,
Yeah, better.
475. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the problem we're having with the proxies is that here.
Yeah, so you still
Even
get
on-
screamers, yeah.
Yeah, even on red, I wasn't getting good hits. Even on white, I'd put it on the double mode, you know, for 2 or 3 battery clicks, and it still wouldn't. It wouldn't make any clouds. You know, it'd be a little bit of steam, just a little bit, not much at all. Look, I was smoking a damn nebulizer. But the weird thing is, it was just burning wax up. You know, it was burning wax. It was all going through the atomizers, going through the cup a little bit, and coming out of the reclaim hole. And I wasn't getting hits though. It was burning the wax, and I wasn't getting hits.
What about there on blue?
The proxy on blue?
Yeah. No, the peak.
That was fine.
Yeah, that's
that
what I
worked
mean.
like
And
a
it
champ.
tasted great, didn't it?
It had better flavors.
It had better flavor. Yeah, I just realized it's like I'm using a fucking 3D chamber. Why do I have it on green? I don't need it on green because it's a 3D.
It gets
chamber.
hot enough all around.
It gets hot enough all around. Exactly. I'm not just doing a normal bottom heat like the old Peaks do. You know, like the old Peak fucking atomizers was just a bottom heat. So
yeah, I'm having problems with my home proxy. The travel one still works pretty good. The travel was the one I've been bringing over. It's all kind of cut up. The home one is the one that I bought from True Leaf, and
is it still under warranty or?
It's not under warranty. The problem is when I got it, I had it charged up. I was using it. Then I kind of forgot about it for a couple months. Picked it back up, and it wasn't quite working right. I plugged it back in for a couple days. It charged up and it was able to work, but since then it hasn't really been hitting clouds like it used to. I guess maybe the battery leaked or something.
Could have been something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah.
It was charged up full. I didn't use it. I just set it aside, let it sit. Picked it up a couple months later. It was dead. I charged it again, so maybe it burned itself out somehow.
Probably, most likely.
I don't understand batteries.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
I've heard some people complain about shoddy soldering on the inside of it and stuff. I haven't taken it apart to mess with it like that to figure it out.
Well, I'll put it to you like this: when me and Josh made that deal with me, where I just sent him my the broken base, and he sent me that new one from a higher ground fucking peak repair. That's what he told me. He's like, dude, he's like, I'll put a battery in. He's like, most of the ones I get just need new batteries. I'll wire a battery pack in there, and I'll rewire the plug-in, the fucking USB. The USB port. He goes, I'll wire it good, so I know you're not going to just break. You know what I mean? So he did a better. He upgraded the wiring on there for me. Great guy. If you guys got any fucking Puffco repairs and shit or just cleanings, man, check it out. Higher Ground. Not sponsored by him at all or anything. Just fucking Josh is an awesome dude, and he hooked me up, so I'm definitely going to shout him out for that, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to send mine into him and get him to, he's the wizard, man. He's going to be able to get it fixed. If anybody can bring it back, Higher Ground can do it.
Yep. Yeah, he'll definitely fucking get it done. He's a good shit. Like I said, he did me a wicked good solid.
Can confirm.
Yep. Really good solid shit. You just saw it. That's what he sent back to me. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, and I want to send in, it went through it. It looked like it got fished out of the LeBray tar pits. It was gnarly.
Dude,
and this one comes back shining like a mirror.
Dude, I never cleaned the other one. I was real fucking lax about it. You know what I mean? This one, man, I actually put it up on a shelf because I didn't have any alcohol. Everybody's like, "Where's the Puffco?" I'm like, "No, it's on a pack right now. I got no way to clean it. And I really don't want to get it too dirty." You know what I mean? So I'm very, very tender with this one.
Yeah, I basically turned into that kid who gets a nice pair of shoes and doesn't want to wear them and scuff them and get them dirty.
100%.
Keeps them under his bed and then tries them on a couple months later and his feet grew and they no longer fit.
Yep.
Now he's got to give them away to the thrift store.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what I'm trying not to do, man. Like I've never really done that before. I've never sent in warranty cards. I've never done it I've never done the warrant, never got insurance. My phone is fully insured to the max, you know what I mean? I've never done that before, but why the fuck not? You know what I mean? If this breaks, I don't have the money to buy another one, but I got insurance. You know what I mean? For what it costs.
Yeah, if it's something you use in your daily life all the time.
I have to have that.
Yeah, without your phone, dude.
I'm fucked. I can't even test my blood sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
a must.
A pretty big handicap, added on to what's already.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I mean, it's a big thing for me. Technology's awesome, but I forgot what the fuck we were talking about. I'm gonna give you a seed today, a couple seeds today too. I forgot today. Okay. I'm gonna give you that gold leaf to start, man, since you don't have anything in your garden going right now. I've never grown it, so I'm not sure how it's gonna grow. I've smoked it, but I've never grown it, so it'll be cool to see how it goes, dude. And like I said, when it comes time, we can cut a clone off it. I'll put it in a mother tent so we can keep mothers of it if you want. I think I'm going to start growing mostly autoflowers now, dude. Tell you the truth. After this grow that I got, I got that skunk hero that I'm going to grow.
Rocket.
But You see the garden. I'll do another. I'll do a video tomorrow later on tonight or something to show how the garden's looking right now. Man, it's looking fucking beautiful. Like these autos, like I'll get a good harvest off it too, which is pretty cool. Like they've come a long way with low riders. I don't know. Back in the day, you guys probably don't remember this. Unless you do somebody with throwing down here. There were these genetics and plants that were floating around, and they were called low riders. That's what they were calling them. But what they were autoflowers, because they would flower at like this tall. You know what I mean? So they were called low riders. Everybody out west was calling them low riders. You know, what do you grow? I'm growing a low rider. You know, and essentially they were autoflowers, but they've come a long fucking way, dude. A real long way.
I don't know what's the deal with Chance today. He's been oddly close to me for some reason.
I don't know, man. Maybe your energy. He's liking your energy today.
He was like sitting under my leg earlier to keep warm, and now he's like perched on me like I'm a Bond villain.
Yep.
We're on camera, like I'm addressing the UN or something, you know, like Dr. Evil. I'm sitting here like every hour on the hour, the Earth's waters will rise by 1 foot if my demands are not met.
Chance is making his debut.
It's actually Chance telling me what to say. You know,
exactly.
He's like, show them pictures, you know.
Yep.
After the first hour, Florida will be gone up to Orlando. After the second hour, up to Valdosta, Georgia. You know, It's just the coast is eroding.
Yep. Savannah, no more.
Pretty much. If you guys sleep on this one and wait 8 hours, you will have the Rockies.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is all.
That's it.
That is all.
That's it. You got the White Mountains up north, but rest of it's getting washed out. All the New England will get washed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except for the White Mountains.
It's kind of shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
of like shivering a bit.
He's like that.
All right. All right.
Could be cold. Could be whatever.
Yeah.
He's a funny dog. He's old. He's like 20 years old. My girl's Chihuahua. She's 20 fucking years old. That's super old. That's like what? 140 and fucking long years.
Yeah.
He's ancient.
It's like that lady that was in the Guinness World Book of Records. She was like 130 something. When she was a little girl, Vincent Van Gogh bought colored pencils from her dad's art shop.
Could you imagine?
And she was alive until like I think 2004.
Do you know the stories, dude?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I remember, you know, World War I and World War II, and then Korea, and then Vietnam.
Dude, I used to go.
I remember when cocaine was still in Coca-Cola.
Yep. I used to go to.
I used to go down to the local apothecary and get a whole box of laudanum gumdrops for $0.25.
Well, thinking about it, well, my parents were married in the 50s, dude. Like they were still black. It was black and white pictures, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it was thinking about it. Like I wonder what was really good. But 130 years, dude. Vincent, man, like that's. Like I said, man, I used to go to the nursing homes, dude. I was on probation and shit, so I'd go do like community service hours. I had a lot of community fucking service hours. I had $180,000 of restitution, so yeah, I had a shit ton of fucking community. So I would go there, but it was awesome, dude. I was just hanging out with all these old people, and they were just telling me stories, dude. Like. They had some killer fucking stories. Some places these people have been. So, you know what I mean?
Some of them do. Some of them might be
assholes, dude.
They are assholes.
Some of them are fucking assholes.
Might have good stories because this is like the Alzheimer's messing with their memory and stuff.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
It was
like,
awesome. Yeah.
It's funny though. Like it kind of reminds me of what was that movie with what's his fucking name?
Fucking
Dennis Hoffman or something. It wasn't It wasn't Midnight Cowboy. It was Little Big Man.
Okay,
Little Big Man. You know, it's like, I remember, when I was 17, I was on the Oregon Trail, and there was a snake oil salesman, and a bunch of Apache went and took out the wagon.
Yeah.
I was there at General Custer's last stand.
Yep. The Battle of the Bulge.
I saw it all.
I was at Waterloo.
There was this Mormon church lady giving me a bath. It was awesome.
It was full of sea salts and rosemary, I think. One of the best baths ever. I think her name was Bethelina. Brother's name was Josiah, I think. It may have been her husband. I'm not sure, but I think it was her brother. May have been her husband.
Well, that's a funny story because, this guy that I went to college with, Karl Marx, they say he invented communism, but he had a sister who was much more famous. Her name was Anya. She invented the starter's pistol, and they mentioned her name before every race.
Yep.
Anya Marx,
get
set, and go. Oh man, I'm gonna be a riot though,
dude. You just totally fucking brought up the fucking Marx and Leninism, dude, in a very funny fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot like that whole
Onion Marx
gets that.
Yeah,
that's fucking great, dude. I read the manifestos, man. They were kind of weird.
Yeah.
The Marx and Leninism, it was a weird concept. I mean, with some changes to it, I don't think it wouldn't have been a bad system. You know what I mean? But
if it was actually practiced,
that's what in a correct way, it would have been an awesome fucking system.
Somebody always has power, and they get corrupt, and then they take it, and it is what it is.
Somebody's gonna fuck shit up.
That's how it's always been.
Yep, 100%.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of times in Russia they were close to it. You know, like Bolshevik Revolution. They just do it the monarchy fast.
Yep.
It just, somebody got too big for their britches and realized, like, hey, you know what? I need more than somebody else or whatever. And it's what it is, But when you play chess, after the game's over, the king and the pawn go in the same box.
They do. They fucking really do. I never asked though. Do you play chess, Squid?
I have. Mostly in captivity, I'm not gonna lie, but it's
what it is.
It's a very fun game, It's a thinking game.
Yeah. Tis.
I'm not really the greatest at it, and I get frustrated when some people freaking chess shark me. Like, oh yeah, we'll play. And get one game. Where they kind of learn how I play. And then they already have a strategy for it. Play the next game, bet something on it, and then I'm checkmated in 5 moves. Didn't see it coming at all.
Yeah, it's very lemony.
Okay.
Smell it.
We'll look for this bad boy here.
Broken.
Ooh.
Very lemon.
Yes. I like that. I'm digging that.
Yeah, that. Thank you, Steve, aka Keith Collector. This motherfucker always comes on. He's a Keith Collector, but he'll jump on YouTube and he comes up as his fucking full government name on YouTube. It makes me laugh. I'm like, hey, Steven, aka
I've got one of those.
AKA Keith Collector, I guess. It's funny. Makes me laugh.
I wonder who this mysterious gentleman is.
Yeah, but no, dude, I appreciate it. We'll get some shit going with that because that's dank. And like I said, everything out here is from the West Coast, dude. I'd like to bring some East Coast back into this shit. I'm from fucking the East Coast, so
That's got a better. I like that. It's different, than what everybody has in this area.
I haven't smelled terps like this down here.
No,
not that lemony. You know what I mean?
No, it feels like wintertime.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just the smell, man. It's almost like looking at a Norman Rockwell painting, you know, like just.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, like I tell people, man, every region you go to in the U.S., there's going to be different strains that people are growing. Like I said, mostly down here, from what I found, everything's coming from the Midwest to the West Coast, from Oklahoma to California. That's where 90% of the people I know that are getting, large packs, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's coming from out west. I don't know anybody getting large packs from the Northeast. Or getting packs even from the Northeast. I don't know anybody.
Really. I mean, from what I can gather, though, your states out west, that's much more surface area. They have much more room for farming, for growing. And New England is every other state is legal. It's
there's
this
only one
weird
state.
little.
There's only one state that's not. New Hampshire.
Really, that's the last one.
That's the only one.
So like all
from
8,
Maine,
9 in that pocket.
Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and
like Pennsylvania.
Vermont is all. No, Pennsylvania is not. And then you got New York, New Jersey are. Delaware's not. D.C., Maryland, Virginia are. North Carolina, South Carolina.
Pennsylvania is medical, though.
It's medical, but it's not rec. I'm talking about rec. It goes rec, you know what I mean? Like, you're missing only a few states to have the whole, Northeast.
They have it all locked in.
You're missing New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
And I want to say because of those areas where you're missing them, they're regulating, amounts you can grow, things like that per surface area and stuff.
Whatever.
And, well, yeah, but I mean, if that's the case, you're just going to have, it's any more regulated and harder to grow and move things up that way out of the area. But in those spots, it seems like you have more of an artisan grow. You know what I mean?
Like the weeds.
People have been known, they've done it for a long time. They've been in that area even when it wasn't legit. And it's just like.
I couldn't tell you how much weed I've grown in Maine. The first house I bought was in Maine. You know what I mean? I grew a lot of fucking reefer up there, and there are a lot of good growers up in Maine, dude.
It's almost like, like trying to equate moonshine with Appalachia. You know what I mean? Like you want to get your good stuff is going to be in that area up in the mountains in the snow. People don't really go.
Yep.
And it's just going to be good stuff. It's
artisanal.
Yes. You're going to get your best shine in West Virginia and your best bud up in Maine, Yeah,
I'd like to see how Vermont's doing now with their weed, because I don't know. I've never really. I used to snowboard Vermont, but I've never really actually. I can't say that I've really ever gotten weed from Vermont, to tell you the truth.
It seems like something they would probably charge a good bit for,
I would imagine.
Vermont, things grown in Vermont tend to be expensive, like real maple syrup and shit. I mean, it's just.
Are there papers over there somewhere?
Yes, there's some right here. Here, get one. Go look side facing up.
Got it. Sheesh. Gesundheit.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he told us to fuck off and haul ass.
Possibly. Well, she said she was sick, so
I forgot about that. Yeah, I hope you feel better if you go back and watch this, Alyssa. I'm just being a dick and talking shit.
Well, no, we only got one viewer. It looks like
that's us.
Well, no, I mean, there's seen 2
really?
shows too, so one person besides us.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Somebody's just staying quiet.
Son of a bitch! A sneaky person in the corner.
If you're here, say something. We're just doing this show for you right now. I mean, we are live.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
That's the thing about going live. You can communicate, I can answer things in real time when I read them coming up.
How the world has changed.
It's crazy. And to think 5 years ago, trying to do a video call with somebody, it was impossible. It was always just buffering, breaking, wrong signal.
Yep.
But now it's going smooth like a damn Johnny Quest cartoon.
Yep. This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy.
It is, but I mean, if they can do that, there's so much more and better things I feel could be accomplished.
Where the fuck's my robot eye?
Yeah.
God dang it. God dang it. I want my fucking robot eye. Just one. Like I said, I'm not even trying to be greedy, bro. I'm just, I just want one.
I'd like one also.
Fucking, like, I'm not trying to be a greedy dick, dude. I just want one good fucking eyeball, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'd like one too.
That's it.
I'd also probably like maybe like a bionic arm.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that either. That would be pretty fun.
Like one that would be, but like a bionic man arm. Like what would be better, stronger, faster. Like more lightweight.
Yeah.
Streamlined.
Yeah, that would be cool. You got fire? Yeah.
Why can't I just freaking put my freaking brain and spinal cord on a damn Terminator body? You know what I mean? One day, yes.
Well, dude, I had a doctor tell me okay, my left eye, I can't see anything now. It's totally gone. You know what I mean? My optical nerve shot. So this fucking doctor was like telling me I'm in there. He was like, so we're going to remove your left eye. I said, you're going to do what? He's like, yeah, we're just going to take it out for you. And I'm just like, well, why the fuck would you just take my left eye for me? Well, because in the future it could cause pain. You could get, it could hurt, throbbing, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, how about if and when that happens, we talk about it then? He was like, well, why? And I said, okay, guy, let me tell you something here. Say 10, 15 years from now and they can fix eyeballs. How are they going to fix something that's not there?
Yeah.
This fucking dickbag said, good point. I said, I shall no longer be your patient. I would like my records if possible. And they put them onto a CD or not a CD, a little like clip drive thing.
USB drive or something.
Thing, yeah. So they threw all my records on there and I 86 that guy. I'm like really wanted my eye. And still, this was 20 something, almost 20 years ago, dude. And there's still no pain.
That's why they call it medical practice.
Yeah, there's still no pain. I still haven't had any pain yet, Sometimes I can feel pressure because I got glaucoma and cataracts and shit in that eye, but not like he said. He said you could get bad headaches, migraines. No, I don't get any of that.
So how's it gonna feel when they freaking pop it out of the socket and snip the cords in the back?
Exactly. It's
I mean, everybody's heard of phantom limb syndrome. You know, like you lose a part of your finger or something and still feel the tip of it. I mean, imagine that in your fucking eye.
Well, dude, Well, it still moves, so nobody says I have a wandering eye. Like if I look to the left, both my eyes move. Everybody says it. It doesn't just wander around. You know what I mean? I still have muscle control.
Yeah.
I can't see out of it, but it's not like it's just some fucking weird eye. It makes the symmetry of my face. So why would I remove that if there's no pain? Just as a preemptive, fuck you. When it starts to hurt, then we can talk about it. You know what I mean? Until then, no, my eyes stay in. I am leaving this office with everything I came in with.
Yeah.
And we will not be making a point to extract anything.
I mean, it's like that commercial, you know what I mean? Like, you never really want to be a guy with an eye patch because if you have an eye patch, people think you're freaking tough, And then, everywhere you go, people are going to try it. Everywhere you go, you get into a bar fight, So it's like, oh, I want to hit a guy with the eye patch, you know what I mean? Like, why though? My eyes damaged, It's just it doesn't. I think it was a Geico commercial or something. Progressive.
Yeah, I can see something like that.
State Farm, maybe.
Yeah, letter.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know. It's like this Kurt Vonnegut book I remember reading. We talked about this guy that had a dog, and it's a really cool dog, But the problem was there was something wrong with his tail and it wouldn't wag, and they couldn't show their dogs how happy he was. So everywhere you go, their dogs would be like, oh, why you mean mugging me? Why you got a frown? This is my yard, and stuff like that. And he was always getting fights with neighborhood dogs because of that.
Yeah, no shit. Why do you always mean mugging me?
Bro, I just can't show happy, and I got no serotonin left.
Yep. Sure thing, boss. I've always been told I look guilty, and I just say I was born with that fucking look. You know what I mean? Is it though?
And it's a good day. We got everything today, man. We're going land, sea, and air.
All around the fucking board. They're really sleek. I like them.
Yes.
They're just like small.
Joint. This must be uphill if you want to get like FEMA supplies or something. Like emergency relief, just like the UN drops a freaking package from a parachute, It's like, all right.
We got water and everything. Was it raining down y'all's way when y'all came up? Yeah, so it came up,
Yeah, it followed us.
Well, I'm actually been waiting for it to rain for the past 2 fucking days, man. And I hate that because I'm doing my outside garden and shit. So, you know how the sun is here in Florida, man. The soil dries real fucking quick, and I'm in pots. So, like, I was gonna go out and water, and then it says like 40% chance of rain, and then it never rains. I'm like, fuck, I should have watered, And then I'll go out and water. 15 minutes later, it fucking pours for an hour or two. I'm like, what the fuck? Fucking Florida, man. Goddamn weather here. Yeah. But summertime, it rains every day for at least an hour. It's known for that. That's a given.
What's that saying about Florida? You don't like the weather here, just wait 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Joint. Well, yeah, it's like that. It'll be, kind of foggy in the morning, it'll look kind of dreary, and then it's it's nice and bright and sunny and warm. Then it rains for half an hour.
Yep.
Then it's back to being warm again.
With extra humidity.
Yeah, you walk outside, you steam your glasses.
I remember getting out of the shower, dude, walking out like my boxers, and then like back or something, and being just soaked.
Yep.
Like you didn't even get out of the shower. Like I didn't even dry off from the shower. Like it would have been smarter for me to take a cold shower, not dry off, walk outside. Throw a pair of boxers or shorts, board shorts or something, and then walk outside because you're soaked. You're just soaked again.
That's the thing I don't like about it either. It's the humidity or something.
That's what fucks you up down here. Because every time I've been to like Cali and shit, Lower Cali has the same the same temperature we do as far as like degree wise, but there's no humidity and the nights are colder. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The nights get cold. Like they do. We don't want a sweatshirt. But the daytime's like 90 degrees, but there's no humidity. It's weird. But I like the tropics though, man. I like the tropical weather. Like we're in 10A, 10B. Like we can grow anything pretty much tropical. That's awesome. That's super fucking cool. Yeah, it's super fucking cool. Like shit that nobody else can grow. Sure. We can grow anything from like the Asiatics, Africa, fucking Hawaii. We can grow everything that they can grow.
That Mediterranean stuff.
Mm-hmm. Anything that has like a tropical fucking that's strong. Yeah, we can grow it. It's fucking awesome, dude. We can grow kava. We can grow fucking, like.
Yeah.
We can. Kava will grow so easy here. Cactus grows awesome here, dude. Like.
Nah, it definitely does. I'm just trying to think, like, what kind of farmland did they mess up when they redirected the Everglades and freaking
who even knows?
Made Florida all land all year round. Because from my understanding, I wasn't around, but south of Orlando was like a sandbar seasonally.
That's what I heard. That's what like history said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, up to about 200 years ago, they'd only started draining it for like, Disney or Flagler or somebody like
Something
that.
like that, yeah. It was probably Flagler doing the railroads. I could see that.
Maybe, but then again, he put trains going all the way down to the Keys.
That's what I'm saying.
He put train tracks all the way out in the fucking ocean. That dude must have been a lunatic.
The train goes to... I didn't know it went all the way to the Keys.
For my memory might be wrong, but I want to say the old train used to run parallel to like the 7 Mile Bridge.
Because it's been years.
It'd be train tracks miles out in the ocean going to the Keys.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable I feel about going. Well, I mean, it's weird going over a 7 Mile Bridge.
Well, it might have been mostly, no, they probably have people on the train too, but I could just imagine a lot of cargo and stuff also. To build shit, like the supplies.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, your train derails, they get eaten by sharks. How the fuck? Are you serious? First I beat TB, and now this? And now you lay this shit on me? Come on now, really?
Holy fuck, I beat smallpox, polio, with TB, and I get derailed off a train 18 miles in the ocean.
Well, my grandfather beat the plague.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen them build like the 7 Mile Bridge. I think that'd be a cool thing to watch them build a bridge over the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, having to drive the pillars down into the freaking...
Exactly.
I still don't exactly understand how they do that and get it anchored.
It's a water jet, but I don't understand how they're going down. I don't know how deep the ocean is there. You know what I mean?
Steve Stock's calling.
Yeah, I can't answer right now, Steve. Sorry, bud.
All right, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I guess, like I said, there's a water jet that pushes all the sand out, but I mean, how does it become anchored enough to stay there? Because it's just sand unless you're into bedrock or something,
I don't know. I met a dude when I lived down in Cape Coral in Fort Myers area. A buddy of mine, he was an older dude I used to get fucking weed off of. He did a company, and what he did was build like seawalls and docks, like sea docks out there, private docks and shit. And they used what was called the water jetting. So they would dive down, and they had these fucking blasters that just blasted these holes down. And when they blasted these holes down, they would just shove the fucking pillars down in there for the dock. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a round. It was hollow. It was like a round thing that was hollow that you stick the fucking tube through it and shot the fucking water jet down. And as it's shooting down, you push the fucking thing down and then slide it up off. That's what theirs did. But I don't know about concrete. Theirs was just doing wood for like docks, you know what I mean? But the docks were going like 30, 40 feet out into the ocean, out into the water, you know what I mean? I don't know about like how they would do concrete. I've never seen a bridge actually. Well, I mean, I've seen a bridge built, but I was really, really young when it happened.
Bridge, also like train tracks though, because that's a lot of weight on the train. The vibration of it.
That's a fucking shit ton of weight.
Wind. Yeah.
Wind alone could knock that train off the tracks. Those things are thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, dude. You know what I mean? Like.
No, definitely. That's what's puzzling to me about it, like making trains able to do that. I could understand you get in the sand, it's been compacted and down there underwater under all that pressure because every 15 feet of water is an atmosphere of pressure.
Yeah.
And you'd have to get that. You'd have to go through to get 3 atmospheres of pressure out of water. You'd have to be like an astronaut, more or less, and be like floating in space.
Yeah.
To get that negative. But all that pressure down, all that weight packing the sand over time, that should be harder than just regular ground. I would assume underwater that shit would be like frozen Georgia clay.
I didn't think about that. So maybe what they're doing is they're only jetting in like 6 or 7 feet down, putting pillars and then rebar, and then literally just putting concrete on the bottom, like dropping concrete up to block
to
on
tie
top
them
of
together,
to block on top of block, and tying the pillars in block
like a roller coaster, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, I could see like
that.
A lattice kind of.
That's kind of what I'm picturing, but full concrete.
But yeah, do that or metal and just weld it. But underwater welding.
No, they're gonna rebar the fuck out of it. You already know that.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just saying, like underwater welding, 100 years ago, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mystery. We'll have to look that up or something, dude. Because now I kind of want to know, like, how the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, a train going down tracks, with wind and all that other stuff,
There's a lot of different variables, dude.
I mean, there wouldn't be any earthquakes really that would mess it up. It wouldn't be anything like that.
I don't think there's any tectonic plates down by the Keys. No fissure plates, no tectonics. I don't think. I don't think I don't know, but I don't think
if there are, they're not active. I want to say there was a slight tremor here a couple years ago.
I don't know, maybe.
I could be wrong. I want to say there was a tremor on the East Coast. Maybe it was like North Carolina or something. I got no idea. I don't know if it was Florida. Maybe it could have been felt here, possibly.
Shit, dude, I don't know.
I don't either.
I didn't know. Yeah,
Did you like these unbranded peanut butter cheese crackers?
Yeah,
I
think so.
A snack. We're not sponsored by any companies yet, but there's a couple people that make these peanut butter cheese crackers. They know how to get a hold of us. You can send us a couple packs of these, and
I'm listed.
we might mention brands.
Yeah.
I want to say they're one brand's a first name and the other brand's a city in Texas. Possibly. I don't know.
It's a city somewhere.
We don't really want the generic knockoff Southeast grocer, but
you get what you get when you can.
take it like, yeah.
Yeah, it's there. If it is there. Yeah, that'll be good. Like I said, man, I'll get you that seed and leave. And get something fucking going. Oh, you can get some going. Lots you may.
Oh yeah. Needed that.
Spark of life.
Yeah.
Substance to keep the body afloat. Might have to float, man. It's fucking. Like I said, I'm glad we got the rain, though, man. I feel like it ain't rained in a while.
It has not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's been pretty dry.
Yeah, I definitely didn't think so.
I don't know. Sometimes when it gets like that, they say you can't barbecue anymore.
Yeah.
No fireworks on 4th of July. You'll get $200 ticket for throwing a cigarette butt out the window, even if it's not lit.
Damn.
Just because it could possibly still be.
Well, I'll tell you one time, dude, I was up at Steve's house, and it was a real bad season. It was dry. Like, everybody kept telling me, don't put your fucking cigarette out. Don't drop your cigarette. Make sure it's in an ashtray because shit's going up in flames. So it was me and Rob were outside. Steve and Rob's girl were inside, and I was smoking a butt. I don't know if you remember when he went up there. He's got like a fire pit that's built into his back deck, which is fucking wicked, real nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking sitting there smoking the butt, and I didn't think nothing of it, and I flicked the
absentmindly.
Dude, I flicked the cigarette into the fire pit. Yeah. I flicked it
into the fire pit.
Into the fire pit, dude. I walk inside and I hear him yell, "Rob, what the fuck are you doing, guy?" And I said, "What happened to Rob?" And he was like, "The fucking fire pit just went up in flames." And I said, whoa, wait a minute, Steve. Don't yell at fucking Rob. That was me. He goes, that was you. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I was outside and smoking a butt, and I didn't even think about it. I flicked my fucking cigarette into the fucking fire pit. You know, that's where they go. It's gonna get burned, and it just literally the whole fire pit just went up in fucking flames, dude. It was that dry up there. I was like, holy fuck.
Dude.
But man, quit yelling at Rob. It weren't his fault. You know what I mean? That was me, dude. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that dry up there, man. Like it was. I'll put it to you like this: when I left Florida, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I get to go up there and cool off. It was hotter up there than it was down here. I was calling down here, and people were telling me the degrees, and we were like 4 or 5 degrees hotter up in Mass. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, everybody was laughing, dude. I'm like, I'm coming up here.
It's colder in Florida.
It was colder here than it was. Now, maybe not humidity wise, you know what I mean, but as far as heat wise, it was fucking hot. You know? It was fucking hot.
Now, I remember some times where I almost started some fires and shit with cigarettes, not really meaning to, but
yeah, I remember one time.
That one time at like some back porch, that
I
came
remember that.
Another time I was at a house I used to live at when I was, in high school.
Where's that peak at?
So it's over here. House I used to live at when I was in high school. I had a room that was, one floor house, 1-story house. Had a room that faced like the window faced the backyard. Put my bed next to the window so I could like smoke a cigarette leaning out of the window and shit, real lazy fat fuck that I was. And I just would absentmindedly flick my cigarette butts out the window and shit, close the window, hit a bong, whatever, smoke another one. And then I start seeing like light outside the window and it's nighttime, and I'm like, what is that? Why is it moving around? What's that waving light doing, And open the window to smoke another cigarette and it looks like the fucking gates of hell opened up. Whole backyard's going up right by the house and I'm like, oh shit, it's getting close to like burning the paint.
Yeah, trying to dump the bong water on there and
dump the bong water. I ran out in the backyard, turned on the hose, sprayed it all down. I was like, it's close, like it was a close one, I would have imagined the chewing I would have got for that if like,
oh my God.
somebody had to put it out besides me.
Oh, you would have,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking horrible.
Yeah. No, I've done me a lot of mistakes, but you learn from them.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the good thing about it, man. The fuck up part is I know so many people who don't.
Yeah.
More than half the population don't learn from their mistakes.
You got to.
You have to, dude. You do.
It's like people don't want to learn. Is the problem. Yeah, I've had. Wow, it tastes good. Issues at work, doing retail stuff for companies I'm not going to mention. And somebody on the team would mess something up. Like, hey, I need you to go fix that. Okay, I can do that, but why is it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, so-and-so put together, they didn't know. I'm like, okay, well, send them over to me. Why? I'm not going to make them do this, but they're going to watch what I do, and I'm probably going to have them hold tools, and probably they're going to help me out with this a bit, just so they know how to do.
Yeah.
Well, why? I'm like, it's a learning experience. If I have to do this for them every damn time, then I'll have to do it every damn time. And why am I not getting paid double and they're here?
Yeah.
It's, if I wanted to wipe arse, I'd be in hospice, but I'm not. I'm trying to remodel stores here.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But it's just the logic.
Yeah, it's basic. 100%. Knowledge is unknown anymore, dude.
I ain't in school. I don't gotta learn no more.
Yeah, common sense is out the fucking window, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just like not there anymore.
It really isn't.
No, fucking no, not at all, dude. Not at all, man. It's fucking weird. How many people we got here? You got one person?
One other person, yeah.
I wonder who it is.
Who is out there watching us?
I don't know. It's a secret.
A secret admirer?
It's a secret.
Somebody's watching from the shadows.
Secret stoner in the shadows.
Wait to see if they write anything back.
Maybe.
I'm talking to you.
You with the face.
I know you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of baked.
Me too, dude. I was about to say,
yeah, I better have some dead air here for a bit. So,
they call it.
We're gonna call it. Y'all have a good day, a good week.
Yeah, thanks.
Stay dedicated, medicated, elevated.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do like, nightly, maybe like a half hour little fucking burnout, later in the evening before bed or something, we'll start fucking peeping that out, and then we'll get together maybe once a week or something, once a week at least, and fucking
have a longer show or something like that.
Show, yeah.
Try to do like a 5 nights a week or so, like your regular sitcom TV show or something, just a little 20-30 minute.
Smoke out with us, fucking hang out and call it fucking night. But thanks, man. Like and subscribe for sure. You should do that. It's always fun.
Like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends.
Tell a neighbor. Tell your neighbor to tell his neighbor. Tell that neighbor to tell the neighbor, the other neighbor's neighbor.
Just don't tell the cop.
Yeah. Whatever. Fuck it. Run it. Tell them to watch.
All right. Well, y'all take it easy.
Yeah, have a good one. Thank you.
Well, we'll be back.
In the meantime, till then. Till then.
Have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. This is not Tom Brokaw.